Hello, and welcome to the 14.0 kickoff for the Geo team. I'm Nick Wynn, Engineering Manager and Acting Product Manager for Geo. And I'm joined by special guest, my dog Buddy in the background, who, as you can see, is very excited for what we have in store in 14.0. One of our highest priorities for Geo in 14.0 is generally available support for Patroni on geosecondaries. With Postgres 12 becoming the minimum required version in 14.0, Rep Manager will no longer be supported as the solution for highly available Postgres in GitLab, and Patroni will be required. And this is actually very beneficial for Geo, as with Rep Manager 3, we weren't able to support a highly available Postgres cluster on geosecondaries. Whereas with Patroni, we will be able to support this, and this makes it a lot easier for customers to fail over to a secondary that more closely mirrors their primary and thereby reduces overall recovery time in the event of a failover. Next, we want to make sure that we're supporting any work that's needed to make sure that hash storage is the only storage. So in 13.0, we deprecated support for legacy storage and began automatically migrating users over to hash storage. And we announced removal for 14.0. And so we'll be making sure that we prevent any upgrades to 14.0 if legacy storage is enabled. And then we'll begin removing legacy storage support in the code base, which will greatly help with overall maintainability. Next, we want to keep making progress on our complete maturity goal for disaster recovery. And one of the key components of this is to ensure that Geo is verifying more data types. So even just a year ago, Geo only verified a little over 20% of data types. And within that year, we've made a lot of progress, and we now verify around 45% of the data that Geo replicates. We want to continue expanding on that. So we expect that verification for Terraform state files will ship in 13.12, and we plan to add verification support for merge request diffs in 14.0. And we're able to do this a lot faster now because we've added verification support to the self-service framework for blob and repository data types. Next, we want to improve on our first iteration of verification for snippet repositories by making sure that a successful sync causes verification, and also that any verification failures will trigger resync instead of retrying verification. We're also really excited to keep making progress on our secondary mimicry epic. By adding support for proxying write operations on a secondary site to a primary. This is going to greatly improve the usability of the web UI on a secondary, and eventually set us up to be able to support a single URL for GitLab that hides the details of Geo to regular users, and allows sysadmins to set up load balancing that automatically directs users to the GitLab site that makes the most sense for them. We're also going to be rolling out a new design of the Geo node page in 14.0. We've released an MVC behind a feature flag. We're currently testing and addressing any feedback items from that testing. We'll remove the feature flag and announce the new design and make it available in 14.0. And this design is useful in a couple of ways. One, we've reorganized the existing information on that page to make it easier to understand and surface important information about the health of your Geo sites and as well as replication status. And we've also added some additional useful information, such as easy to digest summaries of synchronization and verification status, as well as the verification status for data types that we replicate. And finally, if we have some capacity in the milestone, we want to continue making progress on improving the promotion process by expanding support for a single command to other node types beyond just the application node. We also want to move more data types to use our self-service framework, which will improve performance and maintainability of geo-replication. And we want to keep improving our documentation, better clarifying the use of node and site in our docs to align with the terminology in our glossary. All right, so that does it for an overview of 14.0. A lot of very exciting things in store. As always, we work continuously and iteratively, and you can follow our progress in the relevant issues and epics. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.